What's up, Flower Fam? I'm Ace Berry, your November Mayesh Design Star. And today we're going to create a not your average color tone tablescape for the holiday season using gorgeous blooms from Mayesh Wholesale right here in Houston, Texas. I don't really want to see the oranges and the reds and the yellows anymore. So I'm challenging you to use different colors. I'm using peaches and pinks and whites. Think of a New England fall. When you look at the trees, there's purples and pinks and oranges and yellows and golds. So many gorgeous different colors that we could choose from. Now we're gonna go into how we do our mechanics. There are so many different ways you can do floral arrangements, especially tablescapes. I choose to use Smithers Oasis Maxlife foam. This is the one of them that is biodegradable. But if you don't like floral foam, there are so many other things that you can do. So we're gonna start with this aspidistra leaf. It's a great greenery. On these leaf manipulations, all I'm doing is I'm rolling the leaf and piercing it back into itself to create a lot of good depth on this arrangement to really elongate your whole design. We're gonna use a couple of other cool things, like I'm gonna use this gorgeous seeded eucalyptus. I'm just cutting them off and adding in. So this phlox, what I'm doing is I'm just kind of manipulating all of it, how I want it to elongate the design. And I want it to be pretty. I love this little texture. It's like the daintiness of this white bloom. And then let's see, I want to use some of this. Another great texture that's so different than what you would normally see. All these cool colors. Look at this stunning stock. This peach tone's gonna look amazing in this. When we're talking about groupings, all we're gonna do is we're adding in a bunch of the same flowers all at one kind of key point to make it a bit better and stronger visual impact and making that color look a lot better. We're giving your eye a moment to rest and take and relax and take in all of the beauty that this design's gonna be. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our length in right now. We're gonna go in with this beautiful white dendrobium. And again, I'm gonna go in with some of these groupings and just kind of tuck them in here, making it strong, pulling that white. I'm just loving this already. I love the way it's pulling and making it look like I like. So the next thing we're gonna add in are these awesome dried botanicals. It's a dried palm. So you can actually get a lot of the dried botanicals from Mayesh through their Live and Locals. We're actually gonna put this guy right in the middle to add in a whole nother texture. So we have like this ruffly look to having more of this kind of rigidy, pointed look of the dried botanicals. The next thing I want to put into this arrangement are these gorgeous cosmic carns that were at Mayesh today. They were absolutely stunning, especially with it has this blue tinge into it, which I know we don't have any of the blue into this arrangement, but I really feel like it's going to pull it all together. So what I'm doing is I'm pavéing these and basting these in. So to pavé is all at one length. To base is kind of creating that base and that structure on the bottom. And it's really going to make this arrangement kind of pop out at you because of the deep texture and the deep colors that are in it. I'm like super pumped about it. I went down to Mayesh today. Did not know that they were gonna have these stunning Banksia protea, and I had to have them, so I literally gobbled them all up. So we're gonna pop 2 of these into this gorgeous arrangement, and this is what's going to really set the textures on fire now. I mean, look at this. And you can kind of see from this serrated edge of the leaf of how well it looks in there. We have so many flowers to choose from. It's like I'm a kid in a candy store right now, and I don't want to leave any flower untouched. So we're gonna go with this astilbe next. This astilbe is absolutely freaking fantastic. This slight, very light blush kind of pink really pulls in and plays with all of these gorgeous colors together. So it's not peach, but it's not pink. It's just this really, really beautiful color, but it also has this tinge of white at the bottom, which really pulls it all together, which I really love on that. Throw that in there. Play with flowers. Next, we're going to run with, our Veronica. We can't forget her. She's one of my faves. What I love about Veronica is that the way it curls. Just this little beautifulness of that little, how it whips it right back in. So when you insert it into an arrangement, like it redirects your eye always back into your arrangement. Just love it. Now you kind of probably noticed that I haven't been lengthening this side where it's just very elongated on this side. That's because I'm gonna make this tablescape and they're all gonna run together. So this next arrangement will butt up right to this one and they'll all run together. So we got this gorgeous, awesome Star of Bethlehem. We're gonna pop this guy right into up in here. Let it all blend together. And I'm gonna cut this last one super short to really create a lot more depth on it. So Lynette is a spider mom. Look how pretty she is. She's got this soft pink, but she has like a peachy center. I'm gonna use her really low because I have some other flowers in here that I would probably like to use a little bit higher later. The contrasting colors is just out of this world. So now we're gonna go in with our shimmer. So I'm gonna spin these guys out. I want it to be a little bit more open. 2 on that side and 2 on this side. And then we're also gonna go in with the Kahala. And we're going in with Juliet next. So Juliet here. I'm gonna reflex some of Juliet's petals. Try to get her to open up a little bit more. So we kind of set her up high above everybody. We look good. Pop. Now we're gonna go with these anthurium right here. And this waxy kind of look against this Banksia protea. Look, you can kind of see how it pulls together and looks amazing on here. Really creating a whole nother depth and color palette. All these different textures is just, it literally gives me life. Love it. But I'm gonna add in these beautiful Kahala roses. Guys, Kahala has my heart. She has so many garden rose vibes that I just fell in love with her instantly. Doing all of that together and kind of blowing inside them just to give it that garden rose vibe. Do you see that center on that rose? Just the swirl that it creates is absolutely breathtaking. I feel like right now that this might be getting done. So I'm gonna set it to the side and we're gonna start working on the other one. So then when we see them all together, we can see what we might be missing on it. And then we'll go back and add it in to really put the finishing touch on this gorgeous arrangement. So you can see that we've got all 3 arrangements beautifully done. They're nice, making a gorgeous, stunning, long, beautiful tablescape arrangement. And now we're gonna add in the finishing touches. So what I have for finishing touches are this beautiful white snowberry from Mayesh, and then I've got these awesome poppies. So the secret to doing this is like, see how it's already cracked? We're going to pinch right here at the bottom, and we're gonna pull the skin away to really get this poppy open. Then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do some good breathing on her to get her to reflex and open up her petals. Like that. And we're gonna watch her dance right on top of this gorgeous arrangement. I'm gonna go in right here and adding in all those finishing touches. We're gonna add in some of the closed poppies also to let them open over time, so you really get to enjoy the entire part of the arrangement of it growing and still opening up and really coming into bloom. But I just love how they're dancing across the top. You know, where everything is kind of compact and low, and now we're adding in this beautiful, like, up high, kind of whimsy and really, really beautiful danciness to it. Now we're gonna go in with a little touch of white, and it's got like a little bit of a waxy look, and we love how high they look on this one. And different heights and ranges on there, so they're not all the same. Really pulling it all together. So you notice how I've only put dendrobiums at the 2 ends. Now is when I want to kind of add it into the top a little bit. Again though, see how I'm going up with it this time instead of out, creating a whole new line and look to the whole design. Okay, the next thing we're gonna go in with is our straw flower. We're just gonna pop in a few. And as these open, they get nice and big, and honestly, they open up really wide and they have like this really pretty kind of peachy center. It's like a peachy orange, so it's really, really stunning. And now we're gonna go with our final little touch Not sure really which one I go with, but I think I want to go with this beautiful bunny tails. So like I'm grabbing 4 at a time instead of trying to single them in and stuff like that. All right, we're gonna add in these dried thistles at the very end just to bring in another little creamy tone for all of the whole arrangement. But we're gonna do these super, super tall. Pulling the whole arrangement together. Now we're gonna clean up and set our place settings and see what you think of this whole gorgeous arrangement. So we're completely done with our tablescape, guys. And oh my goodness, how much more interesting is this color palette than your normal yellows, reds, and oranges? I mean, this is yummy. This makes me want to sit down with family and friends and literally have all the food and enjoy all the flowers. I want to give a huge shout out to Joanna Terry Events for knocking it out of the park on these rentals. An even bigger shout out to Mayesh. Without them, none of this is possible. And for selecting me to be the November 22 Design Star. And in December, we're gonna come back with something even more epically amazing. And my last tip is the most important one: to never, ever give up on your daydreams.